Let's be honest about how you train. You probably show up, put in effort, and hit the muscles everyone likes to train. Chest gets attention. Back gets attention. Shoulders definitely get attention. You might even be more disciplined than most and train your legs occasionally. But there's one muscle group almost everyone ignores, and it's quietly sabotaging your entire physique. That muscle group is your calves. If this already sounds familiar, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who skips leg accessories every session. Most people either skip calves entirely or throw in a few lazy reps at the end of a workout when they're already tired and mentally checked out. A couple of bouncy reps, half range of motion, no real focus, and then they move on, hoping something magically happens over time. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. This half-hearted approach is exactly why calves never grow. Muscles respond to stimulus, not wishful thinking. If you've been guilty of this, like the video, subscribe, and keep listening. Ignoring calves creates one of the biggest aesthetic problems in training. You can build an impressive upper body, wide shoulders, thick arms, a strong chest, and all of it just makes the imbalance worse. When your upper body grows but your lower legs stay small, the contrast is brutal. It creates the classic chicken leg look that ruins the symmetry of your physique. No matter how strong you are, imbalance is noticeable. If you care about aesthetics, hit like, subscribe, and share this wake-up call. When people get called out on their calf development, they usually default to one excuse: genetics. They'll say their calves are stubborn, or that they're just not built to grow, or that it's pointless to even try. This is one of the most common lies people tell themselves in fitness. Genetics play a role, but they are rarely the real reason calves don't grow. The real reason is misunderstanding how calves work and training them incorrectly for years. If you're ready to drop excuses, like subscribe and share this. To fix your calves, you first need to understand what you're actually training. Your calf is not one single muscle. It's a system with two main engines that work differently and respond to different types of stimulus. If you only train one of them, you'll never build full, thick, developed calves. This is where most programs fail. They treat calves like a simple muscle when they're anything but. If learning anatomy actually matters to you, hit like, subscribe, and share this knowledge. The first engine is the gastrocnemius. This is the big, visible, diamond-shaped muscle that pops when your calves are developed. It's responsible for explosive power and is made up mostly of fast-twitch muscle fibers. This muscle responds best to heavier loading, slower controlled reps, and movements where the leg is straight. If you want calves that actually stand out, this muscle must be trained properly. If you've never thought about this before, like the video, subscribe, and keep watching. Underneath the gastrocnemius sits the soleus. This is the hidden muscle most people never intentionally train, and it's the secret to real lower leg thickness. The soleus is an endurance-based muscle, designed to work all day when you walk and stand. Because of that, it responds best to high volume, long time under tension, and movements where the knee is bent. Ignoring this muscle guarantees flat-looking calves no matter how strong you are. If you want 3D development, hit like, subscribe, and share this insight. You cannot build impressive calves by training only one of these muscles. Doing heavy standing calf raises alone won't cut it, and doing endless light reps won't either. You must train both engines intentionally. Once you understand this, calf training stops being confusing and starts becoming effective. The good news is you don't need fancy machines or complicated setups. You just need the right exercises and the right execution. If you want simple but effective solutions, like subscribe and share this video. Let's start with the calisthenics only approach. The foundation movement here is the single leg bodyweight calf raise, and it's far more challenging than it sounds. For many people, their full body weight on one leg is more than enough resistance. Stand on a step or raised surface, hold onto a wall for balance, and lift one foot completely off the ground. This is not a momentum exercise. If you rush it, it won't work. If you've underestimated bodyweight training before, hit like, subscribe, and share this. Execution is everything. Lower your heel slowly until you feel a deep stretch in the calf. taking about 3 seconds to get there. Hold that stretch position briefly, then drive up as high as you can. At the top, squeeze your calf hard and hold that contraction for 3 seconds before slowly lowering again. This slow tempo removes momentum and forces the muscle to do the work. Perform 3 sets of 10 to 20 controlled reps per leg. If this sounds harder than what you've been doing, like subscribe and share. Next is the seated bodyweight calf raise, which targets the soleus. Sit on a bench or chair with your knees bent at roughly 90 degrees and your feet placed on a step. Because the resistance is low, volume and tension matter most here. Raise your heels and squeeze your calves at the top of every rep, holding that squeeze for 3 to 5 seconds. This exercise is about endurance and burn, not speed. Perform 3 sets of 30 to 50 reps. If your calves aren't burning, you're not doing it right. Now let's talk about the dumbbell path for calf growth. The first movement is the standing dumbbell calf raise. Stand on the edge of a step with both feet and hold heavy dumbbells at your sides. Keep your legs straight and stable. Because you're supported on 2 feet, you can handle significantly more weight here. Lower your heels slowly, feel the stretch, then rise up and squeeze hard at the top. Control every rep. Perform 3 sets of 10 to 15 heavy, controlled reps. If you've been lifting light forever, hit like, subscribe, and rethink your approach. The second dumbbell movement is the standing bent knee calf raise, and this is where most people mess up. Hold dumbbells at your sides and stand on a step like before, but this time unlock your knees slightly, bending them about 15 to 20 degrees. By bending the knees, you reduce the involvement of the gastrocnemius and force the soleus to take over. The range of motion will feel shorter, but the burn will be deeper. Perform 3 sets of 20 to 30 controlled reps. If you've never felt this before, like, subscribe, and share this technique. One of the biggest mistakes in calf training is rushing reps and bouncing at the bottom. Momentum kills muscle growth. Calves respond best to slow eccentrics, deep stretches, and hard peak contractions. If you're just bouncing up and down, you're training your Achilles tendon more than your muscles. Treat calf raises with the same discipline you apply to squats or presses. If you want real results instead of excuses, hit like, subscribe, and share this reminder. Volume matters for calves, but only when it's quality volume. Endless junk reps won't build anything. You want challenging sets taken close to muscular fatigue with strict form. Because calves are used daily, they often need more frequent and intentional training to grow. 2 to 3 focused calf sessions per week is a good starting point. If calves have been an afterthought in your routine, like, subscribe and make them a priority. Consistency is the real difference maker. You can have the perfect exercises, but if you only train calves once every few weeks, nothing will change. Calf growth happens slowly, and that's why most people give up. They don't see quick results and assume it's impossible. Stick to the plan for months, not weeks. Track your reps, slow down your tempo, and aim to improve. If patience isn't your strength, hit like, subscribe, and commit anyway. Another mistake people make is treating calves as an optional accessory instead of a real muscle group. If you always leave them for last, they'll always get rushed. Try training calves earlier in your session or even on their own day. When energy is high, effort improves and growth follows. Priority changes outcomes. If you've never prioritized calves before, like, subscribe and share this shift in mindset. Foot positioning can also influence how calves feel during training, but it won't replace proper execution. Slight variations can help with comfort, but they don't override slow tempo and full range of motion. Focus on what you feel working, not just moving weight. Mind-muscle connection matters more with calves than most muscles. If you've been training on autopilot, hit like, subscribe, and bring awareness back. Recovery matters just as much as training. Calves take a lot of daily abuse from walking and standing, so soreness is normal. That doesn't mean you avoid training them, but it does mean you manage volume intelligently. Stretching, proper warm-ups, and adequate rest help calves respond better over time. Growth happens when you recover, not just when you train. If you've ignored recovery before, like, subscribe and share this reminder, Calves are the foundation of your lower body. They affect how your legs look in shorts, how balanced your physique appears, and even how athletic you move. Ignoring them undermines all the effort you put into the rest of your body. Once calves catch up, everything looks more complete. If you want a physique that actually looks trained from head to toe, hit like, subscribe, and share this message. There's nothing magical about calf growth. No secret exercise, no genetic loophole. It's about understanding anatomy, applying the right stimulus, and staying consistent long enough for results to show. Once you stop treating calves like an afterthought, they start responding like any other muscle group. If you're tired of blaming genetics, hit like, subscribe, and take responsibility. You now have 2 complete paths to build your calves, one with just body weight and one using dumbbells. Choose the path that fits your setup and commit to it. Don't mix everything randomly. Follow the plan, execute with discipline, and give it time. Progress doesn't come from constantly changing direction. If you want a clear blueprint, like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs it. Knowing what to do is only the first step. Doing it consistently is where most people fail. Calf training isn't glamorous and it doesn't give instant gratification, but it pays off long term. If you stick with it, your physique will look more balanced, more athletic, and more complete. If you're serious about finishing what you start, hit like, subscribe, and stay consistent. Don't stop learning just because you fixed one weak point. Building a great physique is about addressing gaps, refining execution, and staying curious. Every muscle group has nuances, and understanding them separates average results from impressive ones. If you want to keep improving instead of plateauing, hit like, subscribe, and share this mindset. Your calves don't have to be the weak link anymore. You now know why they haven't grown and exactly how to fix them. Choose your approach, train with intention, and give the process time to work. And if this breakdown helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it, because balanced physiques aren't built by accident.